Hi guys, so I have a stretching sequence that I want to do with you. So this can be done at the end of anything. Technically it's yoga. You can do it at the end of Pilates, bar, whatever. You can even just do it on its own. Just be careful doing this if you're not sort of warmed up. So stretching should be done with a body that's a little bit warm. So even if you do just the yoga intro or the Pilates intro would work best. So let's get going. So for this, you might need some blocks or some big books. You may need, where did it go? Oh, a strap, or a belt or a tie, something like that. So it's up to you, whatever you want to get. So we're going to start first just by taking the legs. This is still tied up from this morning's restorative practice. Yes, there's a restorative video. I hope you guys get it and love it and enjoy it. Okay, we need a block. So what we're going to do, we're going to put a block at the end of the foot. I'm going to turn sideways so you guys can see. There. So the other foot's just coming in. You may take another block or roller or something and put it under this leg, whatever you want. I would advise not to sit on something here because we're trying to get the knee straight and it's too much pressure on the knee to have the knee dangling in the air. So let's just stick with sitting. Just, sitting postures are some of the hardest postures to do. So while we're doing all of these sitting, it might be sort of a bit of a relief for some part of your bodies, but it's going to be harder for others. So I want you to reach underneath your sit bones and grab all the good stuff and pull it out. You're going to grab your strap and wrap it around the block. So I don't care how far down you go. Neither should you. I care that you're aligned. So you want to feel yourself actually pulling the shoulders back and down, pulling the lower ribs in, and softly lifting through pelvic floor here. So it's not squeezing. Don't squeeze. Just feel yourself elevate pelvic floor off the mat. Guys, do a little testicular lift. Pretend the mat's really cold and you're trying to lift up off of it. So while you do this, you might notice that your hips feel like they want to align. So lift and bring that leg bone back into the socket. And you're just going to sit here. So I don't want this. That's bad. It's not good for you. So I want you to instead think about pulling the leg in. Spread out the foot into the block and press into it. Soften in the belly and hinge over the leg. I don't need that block there. So I want you to feel that you're coming forward over the leg, like you're trying to expand your chest beyond the toes. Flat back. So don't think of it as like actually trying to get your chest to the toes. You're not. But that's the direction. Because if you think about your nose to your knee, you're going to collapse down. Okay? And that puts us into the pose that we are at all the time. So this is one of the things where we need to change behaviors based on advancements in our culture. So you need to make sure that you maintain a nice flat back, shoulders back and down, okay? So don't squeeze them together. You're pulling your shoulder blades down your back. Imagine your shoulder blades are like angel wings and you're pulling them down the ribs. You should feel muscles kick in that are called your latissimus dorsi and same with serratus anterior. These guys kick in and help you recruit through the abdominals to support your torso. There is core in yoga. Okay, now while you're pulling the leg, and we haven't even gotten to the leg yet, okay, I want you to feel yourself softly activate the knee muscle if you can, and feel yourself pulling the leg muscles into the belly. Nice big breaths here. Just breathe and stretch. Think about pulling the leg in, pushing the foot into the block, and extending the chest beyond the toes. Nice deep breath. So it doesn't matter if you're here, and it doesn't matter if you're here. Okay? What matters is that you're doing what's appropriate for you and that you're aligned properly. Okay? I know. Okay. So from here, you should be feeling a hamstring stretch, calf stretch. Maybe you're feeling it in your back. That's a huge indicator. Okay? So from here, you're going to slowly start to come up and you're going to move the block out of the way. This leg that's bent, you're going to flip it up, okay? And you're going to take it over to the other side, okay? Now maybe down here, maybe up here, whichever, it's fine. You're going to go ahead, draw the belly in, pull the knee in, take your opposite arm. People usually go and rotate with it. Don't. Unless you're pregnant, rotate away. If you're not pregnant, you hook the arm, you draw the belly in, and you lift yourself up tall. Tenting the fingers behind you. Shoulders wide, jaws relaxed, nice deep breaths. Good. Now, advancing your rotation, advancing your twist, if you can. So there's a few options. You can do all of them, or none of them, or one of them. Doesn't matter how many you do. You're going to take this leg that's straight, okay? So you may or may not be able to do this. You're going to tuck it in, okay? Again, you may or not be able to do this. You're going to sit back, and you're going to take the elbow to the thigh. So you can also do this with the leg straight, okay? So the thing to remember is that this is very aggressive. And in order to create rotation, you need space. We create space through creating length. So don't slouch and then ram yourself around. Yeah, makes sense, right? I don't need to speak to that anymore. Good, tuck the chin, draw the belly. Sitting nice and tall, feel your sit bones grounded. And draw yourself around. Open up the chest, soften the belly. Nice big breaths. Good. At any time, feel free to sort of stop these, and you can hold any of the poses for as long as you wish. So the longer that you hold it, sort of the better, or your body will tell you, I'm good with this. Same with as you go side to side, okay? So stay here. Good. Rotating, rotating, rotating. Good. We're going to come out. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do a fancy little thing. You're going to just sit the bum back a little, okay? If the leg is straight or bent, you're going to take this leg and you're going to bring it, the ankle onto. So here's my knee. So you're moving it just above, physically above the knee, okay? So if you're here, guess what? I've just snuck you into double pigeon. So nice deep breaths. So ankle on the knee trying to get on the ankle, okay? Now, if you need blocks, you can put a block under this one. So if you feel it in the bottom leg, put a block underneath it, okay? Otherwise, put a block underneath the top, or both. So go where you're comfortable. And of course, lift and rock and move the good stuff around, right? Massage it around. Okay, good. You can bring the hands forward if that's too much. You can take the blocks on the knees. If you want to have one knee that's higher, use the block to even out your arms so that you're not like this. Now, nice deep breaths, pressing the weight back into the sit bones. For those of you who have more flexibility in this pose, if you can come down farther, you actually continue to press back into the sit bones, okay? So just keep pushing back. I don't want you going forward like this, because what you're doing, imagine this is your pelvis. As you go forward into your knees, pretend that's your knee, you're actually yanking this up and out. And that's not good, okay? We like keeping our hips where they should be. So you use your hands and you softly press back and feel yourself create the hinge down, okay? You hinge. It's not rounding, and it's also not tipping and leaning, okay? So stay here for a few moments. Flex the feet. Draw the belly. Again, think about the floor as being very cold. Lift pelvic floor up, and it's deep, okay? So it's not a huge over-engagement. It's just a lift. Just try squeezing the outside. Good. And from here, make sure you're breathing. Shoulders wide, jaws relaxed. Good. And what we're going to do, we're going to come from here. And now you're going to grab onto your ankles. You may or may not be able to do this. You're going to cross the knees. So again, if you have one leg out, all you do is take the leg and move it over. Okay? If you are in double pigeon or fire log, okay, you simply take them and you cross, and you get the knees stacked. So you want the knees in line with the belly button. Your feet are folded under. You're trying to get your, arches to go up, and don't let them curl out like this. try to let your feet sort of point. Get the sit bones down. Good, your hands are in front, and you're gonna slowly start to come forward. Again, I'm pushing back into my sit bones, okay? And slowly start to come forward. Now there's options that you can do here. The leg that's on top, you can take that hand up, okay? Taking the elbow up, you take the other arm, you reach back, and you find your hands or your shirt, or you can grab your strap and just sort of throw that back and then find it, and that can help you come into this as well. When you do this, you want to make sure that you're not ramming your head forward. Press the head back into the arm. Stay open. Nice deep breaths. And if you have enough control, you can actually hinge forward from here and take some nice deep breaths. So that deepens the stretch. Good. Let's take an inhale. Good. We're going to exhale, slowly come all the way out. Trick. So you can either just take your legs out, or what we're going to do is we're going to reverse that whole sequence so we end up where we were in the beginning. So how you do it, if you're crossed with both legs, you can do this. You follow the top leg. You take your hands down, you lift, you walk all the way around, and you cross and have fun. Now, I know, there's maybe like 10% of you that can do that. So for those of you who can't, it's okay. I just want you to take the opposite leg and cross it over and have the other leg straight. So, and if you can, I want you to pull it in. So now, like I said, we're starting backwards. So this is cow face, Garudasana. And so we're going to be here. Nice big breaths. Feel the hips opening. Good. If you want, you can take the arm, take the hand. Good. Shoulders wide, sit bones down. Nice deep breaths, adding the arms if you want to. Big breaths. Good. Feel your hips sinking deeply into the mat. And like I said before, you guys are always welcome to pause the video to hold poses longer. I wish I could hold them longer. I've been having issues loading long videos up on YouTube, which is why they aren't an hour, why they're between 20 to 30 minutes. I'm trying to squeeze in what I can. So you can also come forward, okay? Make sure that you keep pressing back into the hips. Good. And then from here, we're going to slowly come up, and we're moving into double pigeon or fire log. So slowly undo it. Good. So for those of you who were like this, now you're just pulling the foot out. You can put a block under this knee if you wish. Okay? Good. So double pigeon or fire log, knee, ankles on the knee, knees on the ankle, right? If you feel it on this leg, block it. We're trying to feel it in the top one. Now, if your legs are really, really off, you might feel both in the one hip if you know that you're really, really tight in one side. So you just sit. Nice big breaths. Remember, if you can come forward, okay, that you do press back into the sit bones. And from here also, feel yourself, you can roll the legs open, right? Play around with the hips. Unless you find like a really good space to breathe into, you may just like sort of just move around a little bit. So one side is going to be harder than the other. Nice big breaths. If you feel it in your flexor, take your thumb and put it in it and try to shut it off, especially on your right side if you're right-handed. Left side if you're left-legged with the left hand. So usually righties are right-legged. So that's a safe thing to say typically. Okay, so then from here, what are we doing? I gotta go backwards. So from here, we're in pigeon. Oh, I know. I have you. So we're gonna take the top legs, whether it's straight or whatever, and you're gonna fold the knee up into the chest. If you had the leg under, you're just gonna pull the foot in towards the bum, but don't sit on it. I'm remembering. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and pull the knee in. Hug it with the opposite arm. Remember, if you're pregnant, you're going to open up away from the leg instead. You never cross in if you're pregnant because it cuts off the vena cava. You're going to go ahead and slowly hug it in, and you're going to rotate around. Nice big breaths. So here, if you want to advance, the foot comes in. You can take the hand, open up the chest. Remember, length. Okay? Nice deep breaths. Here you get a ton of, I can't think of the word now, guys, but you get a lot of pressure, you can push, I don't know. You get a lot of traction? No. Anyways, so you just want to be careful because you can hurt yourself. First, think about the length. So feel your sit bones, reach through the crown of the head. Softly draw the belly in and keep the shoulder back and down. Nice deep breaths. So keep the collarbones open. Watch that your shoulders aren't caving. Okay, don't worry about where your head looks. Unless you're getting a nice neck stretch, but no stress. Good. Nice big inhale. Good. And exhale. And now we're going to go ahead and that leg that's bent in. So now we're going to take that one and we're going to fold it open and we're coming into a one-legged forward fold. One-legged forward fold. Okay, akapata. So we're going to go ahead and take the block at the foot. Find your strap. Good. And now this leg should actually feel pretty good laying flat. So we're going to go ahead and take this. Good. And come up. Nice and tall. Shoulders back and down. Soften the belly. Nice big breaths. And again, shoulders back and down. Feel the chest reaching beyond the toes. Feel yourself pulling the leg back into the socket. Your shoulders are wide, jaws relaxed. Nice deep breaths. Again, make sure that you feel like you're really softly engaging through the knee. Your left side should be a little bit harder to do if you're right-handed because the back of the left will be tighter if you are indeed right-legged. The opposite again if you're left-handed. So it's just good to know what side to expect what from, because the sides that are tighter need a little bit more stretching. The sides that are weaker need a little bit more strengthening, and that's how we balance it. So those are applying the Pilates principles into yoga, which is very valuable. Without it, our brains tend to go to what's easy, and we actually create worse mispatterning. So this is actually really good. So we're going to go ahead and come back up. Good. So that's that sequence. We've sort of done hamstrings and some peps. What we're going to do is we're going to stretch some inner thigh now. So we're going to take one foot in and the other foot is out. I'm hoping you guys can see. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to do gate stretch. So these can be done with this foot in like this, or you can do with the foot out. So it depends on what your flexibility level is. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate them with the foot in, and I'll randomly throw my foot around and show you what it looks like for my more bendy bendies. Okay. Watch your knee and don't force yourself into the leg behind. Okay, so ready? We're going to inhale up. Good. We're going to exhale, take the arms out wide. You're going to rotate so that you're over that leg. So you're looking over the bent knee. Now you're going to slide. Okay, so it's just like when we do triangle. We slide and reach out and place the elbow down to the inside of the leg. So you want to push it in. Now if you can't reach that, you come up higher. Who cares? You're just coming into a side bend as best as you can. Okay? Now I want you to lift and pull this hip back in. Okay? I want you to feel this leg grounded. Okay? Again, if this leg is strained, put a block in it. Good. From here, you're going to take your top arm and you're going to reach around, follow to your toes, and exhale, come back around. Good. Inhale, reach around. And exhale, back around. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Good. One more time. Inhale. Good. If you can come around and grab the toes, go right ahead. Otherwise, you're going to take the hand behind the back and press and open up the chest. So we're doing two things. Opening the chest and hinging down. And also three things. Keeping that leg in the socket. Now, for those of you who are more flexible, foot's behind. Okay, if you can reach over and grab the toes, you take your free hand underneath and you actually grab the ankle. So this is gate latch. Nice big breaths. Okay, I'm going to go back to the other one. Good. So, and here you can grab onto the knee too. If you can't get the knee behind you, You can still grab onto the opposite knee and pull yourself open. Nice big inhale. Good. We're going to exhale, slowly come up. Okay, good. And I want you to rotate over the leg. Take the hands down to help you. I want you to try to keep the pelvis open in this direction. So what we're doing is we're taking our hands and we're walking away as best as you can. And you can do this taller too if you need. This is one case where sometimes having furniture helps. So grab for the outside of the leg. You can hang on to your couch and just see if you can rotate and slowly start to come down. Nice big breaths here. So just go where you can. Okay? Yeah, just enjoy it. So we're just pulling ourselves around. So you should feel this really amazing stretch through the back. Okay? And then you're going to go ahead and walk to the inside of the leg. So we're slowly getting into all of it. And then you're going to slowly walk in again. Again, hold if you need to, please. I would spend probably a good 45 minutes to even an hour on all these stretches that I'm doing with you. So, and then include Shavasana at the end. So, yeah, so then you can come forward and just feel that you're, again, pulling the leg into the socket. All the same principles apply. And then drawing yourself forward, okay? Huge inner thigh. And then I want you to start to walk away. So now we're going over the bent knee. And then you're actually going to see how far you can rotate around and reach that other arm. Tuck it into your couch. Find something. Nice big breath. Good. And slowly come back up. Good. And now we're going to go ahead, let this leg, you might shake it out a little bit. Maybe you give it a little rub. Good. And let's go to the other side. So the other foot comes in. Good. The foot doesn't have to touch. Okay, so what I want is your legs to come out of the sockets at an even spacing. So I don't want your one knee in and your other hip out. I want both out. So don't worry about touching. Arms out. Good, nice big inhale, exhale, good, rotate, okay, excuse me, arms going over the toes, and slide, good, and then take the arm down, okay, or the hand, wherever, and let's inhale, arm overhead, and exhale down, good, and arm overhead, and exhale down, and of course, if you have the foot behind you, okay, of that leg, the foot's behind you, inhale, and exhale. Good. And come around. If you can, grab the toes. Open the chest. If you can't, that's fine. Press and open up the chest. Okay, that's fine. So 3 things are happening. You're pulling the leg in. You're side bending. So imagine the underside lengthening, the outside stretching. And you're also opening. Nice big breaths. Good, and if you like stretching, if you're feeling good here and it's not bugging your shoulder, you can keep your arm up. Good. And from here, we're all going to take that arm and we're going to bring it all the way around and cross over and walk back. So now, yep, if you can, you want to grab on the foot or you're coming up tall. So if you feel that your spine too much, come up. Okay? It's just too much on your muscles to go down and do something. And the last thing you want is a spine muscle to throw a fit. Really, right? We don't want that. Good. So come around. Good. And then we come to the inside. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then 4 stops. Okay, so this is 1. Flex the foot. Nice deep breaths. You can use your blocks under your arms. They're out of reach for me right now. Ugh. Use your blocks if you want. Okay, you just don't want to have stress in the neck and the shoulders while you do this stuff. Good. And then you're going to come forward. Good. And again, you can be on a block. Make sure your back is flat, shoulders wide. Lengthening through the crown of the head, pulling in, and then coming over to the other side. Nice big breaths. Just enjoying it. Good. And come all the way back up. Good. And from here, just bring your knees in front, and you're just going to take a twist and look over your back shoulder. And then come back and take a twist, look over your other back shoulder. Good. And twist. Good. And twist. Good. And then you can come down onto your back if you wish. Or else you can, this is a great warm-up actually for restorative. Go ahead and play the restorative video now. Or you can go right into Shavasana. Namaste. Thank you.